Hey Hunt readers, last week you wrote paragraphs about your reading practice and how it's been going or how it hasn't been going since the shutdown. We've given you some feedback for that and that is on Unified Classroom, so check it out. You also told us that you need ideas of books to read and places to go to find books. We are here to help you with both of those things in this video. So where can you go to find books? There are lots of websites that are offering downloads of audiobooks and ebooks. You can download these right onto your Chromebook and right onto your phone. So if you go to the Solstice versus COVID-19 website, or if you go to the Hunt Middle School website, COVID resources, or if you go to the library page on the Hunt Middle School website, any of those places will have similar links for you of where you can go to find these books. And these are books that you would take out of the library anyway, books that you want to read. So go check out these resources. Let us know if you have any questions, need any help, and get reading.
Hey Answers, it's great to connect with you all. I've heard a lot from Ms. Hickey, Ms. Sawtell, and Mr. Moore about what you've been reading. Thanks for reaching out to Ms. Borgia and I, those of you with questions. And if you have been reading, if that's been your thing recently, that's great. For those of you that haven't or can't seem to get into it, here are 5 tips to help you kickstart your reading during quarantine. Number 1, revisit a favorite. If you can't take the time right now to check new things out, then go back to something that you've loved in the past and reread it. That's okay. I've recently started reading this book about World War I, and I'm having a really hard time getting into it. So this week, I gave up on that book, and I'm starting to reread Harry Potter #1. J.K. Rowling has opened it up, so it's like a worldwide read-aloud right now, and you can find your own copy of that on our Sora app. 2, choose something light. Stuff right now is frightening and depressing. It's probably was not the best time for me to start a book about World War I, let's face it. But it may be a great time for you to start thinking about a book that has a happy ever after ending, or a novel that gives us some sorts of hope, or maybe you want to read a travel log about people visiting the world while we can't. 3, pick something short. Look for something that you know that you can accomplish. It's National Poetry Month. Try some poetry. Try a novel in verse. Maybe a graphic novel or some short stories. And 4, don't forget about audiobooks. If you feel like you can't sit still for long periods of time to focus right now, maybe queue up an audiobook on your Chromebook and it's something you can carry around with you, or perhaps you have headphones that you can check it out on. It's a great way to do that, and you're going to want to look at our Tales to Go or Sora apps on our library page to get some great audiobooks. Okay, and the 5th tip is that you should start connecting with other readers. Sometimes we have to talk about what we're reading for it to make meaning for us or for us to feel accountable to each other. Be on the lookout for 2 things from our library. Miss Renza, the librarian at Edmonds Middle School, and I are going to be putting together some lunch groups where you can chime in and discuss what you're reading between both schools. And we're also, at our school with Miss Putney Cray, Miss Borgia, and I, going to be creating and starting some book discussion groups. So look for both of those things to happen after our April vacation.